What up, YTPC? Welcome to episode 2 of my Sunday show. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm gonna pull it up here. So, I've had many technical difficulties today. My printer didn't work, so I have no printout. I brought my laptop to kind of show my information, and it's kind of flaking out on me, so maybe it wasn't meant to be, but I'm gonna do it anyways, regardless, because try to get this show out every Sunday. Well, today we're a little bit news heavy. So we're gonna get through that, take some time on that real quick and all that. Well, let's start with the housekeeping. So, I am smoking a very stout tobacco, Dreams of Kadath. It is very stout, so kind of punch you in the face. It has a good roasty flavor though, you know, so I like it. The pipe I am using is my Savinelli 320. Fairly famous on my channel because I use it quite a bit. It's, you know, by far one of my favorite smokers. So, yeah. And my drink pairing is water. Because, quite frankly, I came out here to the, it's my camper. It's my command center, and I forgot to bring my coffee, so water it is. Anyways, so now we're going to, see, where did it go? So now we're going to do a quick tobacco review of Dreams of Kadath, because I like to do a quick review on every blend I'm smoking on the show. And let me scroll down here a bit. So, your journey to Kadath. Oh, so, I'm sorry. Let me skip up here. Cornell and Deal, Dreams of Kadath from the Old Ones series by Lovecraft. So it's a great series. Haunted Bookshop is by far probably one of the most famous blends out of the whole series, and much beloved by me and of course Matches. So the YTPC community loves that blend. Yeah, sorry about that. Woo. Have a stout. Anyways, I'm going to be reading from my laptop here. Your journey to Kadath will not be an easy one. Before you descend the steps into the Dreamlands, prepare yourself with this fragrant blend of dark-fired Kentucky, Catarini, Perique, Virginia, Burley, and Black Cavendish. Man, this is probably the only tobacco I own with dark-fired Kentucky and Catarini, so that's probably why it's so potent. You know, it's again a fairly strong blend. Brand Cornell and Deal, manufactured by Cornell and Deal. Blend type Virginia-based. Contents Black Cavendish, Burley, Kentucky, Oriental Turkish, Perique, and Virginia. Flavoring none, which is crazy because this thing is loaded with flavors. So, you get a mouthful of sensations with this. Cut is plug. Yep, that is true. And I stuffed the plug into a mason jar, and now it's just huge flakes. So, I'm going to take some right here for you. About what it looks like right here, see? Kind of pulled the plug apart. It's kind of super big leafy flakes. I probably should have broken it down a little bit more, but I don't smoke this one very often. But you know, it's a rare treat for me. Packaging comes in the Cornell and Deal standard 2-ounce tin, which I have a video on tins coming up here soon on my on this channel. So stay tuned on that as well. Country, U.S. Production, currently available. Where to buy, smokingpipes.com. And this right here what I'm about to read is the general smoking community's general score of it. It's taking the average score of everyone that's voted on it from tobaccoreviews.com, and I'm about to let you know and then give you my personal score on it to compare to. Strength is medium. I'd be medium to heavy. Flavoring, very mild, mild to medium. Well, that's a large range there, and very mild. I think is a crazy lie there. Taste, medium to full. There you go. Room note, tolerable. There you go. Yeah, so flavoring, very mild. Granted, it has no artificial flavoring, but you get a lot of flavor with this tobacco. I don't know what they're talking about. It's staying lit. So, and it's got 15 reviews total with a 3.3 out of 4 stars. So not terrible. It's got 9 4-star and 3 2-star, and then randoms between the 3 and the 1. So the majority of people like this tobacco. Me, this is not an everyday smoke. It's just, it's for only certain special occasions, I would think. Something just, you need a harsh hit. You know, it's not, I don't actually consider this pleasant to smoke. Now, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just a little strong, a little harsh on the mouth. But if you're looking for a flavor overload, all natural tobacco flavor overload, Dreams of Kadath is where you want it, because you definitely get that. So I would say strength. I would say medium to heavy on strength. Flavoring, I would go medium to heavy instead of very mild to mild. I don't know where that came from. Taste, medium to full. I would agree with that. Room note, tolerable. I would agree, and my wife would agree as well. I use her to judge the room notes because, you know, room notes are really for the people around you, not for the smoker. So my wife has said it is tolerable, so they will stick it with that. So I will give this, I like to do a 5-star review, kind of meet in the middle here. And I honestly am going to give it a lower review than it probably deserves. But this is my personal review. And everybody's flavors, everybody's tastes are different. So this is one of your favorite tobaccos. You know, please don't take it personally, but I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Because it's a great tobacco, great quality. It's just harsh, kind of heavy hitting, which I think requires it to be, you to be in a certain mood to smoke it. So it's not a great everyday smoke to me. So that just, you know, take it for what it is. So I'm giving it just a 3 out of 5. So much lower score on average than most on tobacco reviews. Okay. So now that the review is done, let's keep on going. So let's go with the news here. We're going to go between good, bad, kind of alternate between the two. You know, don't want to get everyone too worked up for anything. And I believe every one of these I got from the Briar Report. So if y'all don't check them out on a daily basis, you should. BriarReport.com, that's your one-stop shop for any tobacco and pipe-related news. And, you know, just throw it out there, they are not sponsoring this whatsoever. I just enjoy them as a source, so I thought I'd share. Man, this keeps going out. Sorry about that. Okay, the Wyoming Tobacco tax raise. So let me pull this up here. This is from KGAB. It's a radio station in Wyoming. This report I'm reading. A bill to more than double the state taxes on tobacco products sold in Wyoming is being proposed by a Wyoming legislator. House Bill 218 would increase the state excise tax on a pack of 20 cigarettes by $1 from the current 60 cents to $1.60. The tax would go up an ounce of most snuff by $1 as well, while the state tax on cigars, snuff, and tobacco products would go up by 166 2/3%. The fiscal note attached to the bill estimates the cigarette tax increase would raise about $22 million per year for the state's general fund, and about $4 million for local governments, while the cigar and moist snuff tax increase would raise another $9.1 million for the general fund. But the bill's fiscal note also says it's difficult to be sure how much money would be proposed due to the reduced consumption of cigarettes purchased by the residents of Wyoming. So what I get is they're focusing on cigarettes and snuff, even though they did mention premium tobacco and pipes. So this is just something to take a look at here. But yeah, so if people in Wyoming, if you're listening from there, let me know your thoughts on it on the comment section below. Seems like we're going in the wrong direction here for tobacco. So, and let's get some good news here. So, in Canada, it appears that some anti-tobacco laws are, the way they put it, are about to go up in smoke. Let's see. After languishing for 5 years, a key sections of the Alberta Tobacco Reduction Amendment Act will expire at the end of the year. So it looks like Canada is failing to act to renew the expiring bills on tobacco, which would be great, you know. Our government forgets to renew laws all the time, and I think that's fine. I'm like, the less laws, the better for me. You know, let the people do what they want to do. Come on. Let's see. Sections of the act which banned e-cigarettes indoors prohibit flavored water pipe tobacco. Water pipe tobacco. Okay. And oh, that's just vaping. The tobacco lobby. So yeah, so it seems some of with the upcoming elections in Canada, some politicians are kind of jittery about renewing some of these laws and kind of just letting people do what they will, which is, you know, great for Canada, because they are very vocal champions of human rights in general. Now, you know, debatable smoking a human right, but a human right is if they want to smoke a plant, let them. I'm like, especially in Canada, where they've on a national level legalized the smoking, just now legalized the smoking of one plant, but, you know, they're still trying to attack another plant that's proven itself over time to be quite valuable to human mentality. Good calming of the nerves, as they say. And moving on. Okay, so this is from the Brow Report magazine. RNA Treasures raffling off a trip to the Chicago Pipe Show. So RNA Treasures, which they're pretty, I like their stuff on Instagram and Twitter. So if you don't follow them, go follow them. They're giving off a drawing to win some Chicago Pipe Show tickets. So if you're interested at all, or live near Chicago, or just feel like flying down there for the pipe show, visit the RNA Treasures website and sign up for this raffle. It looks pretty awesome. I know I'd love to go, but yeah, I've got too much stuff coming in right now. So, yeah, go check out RNA Treasures for their raffle. Next one. So there seems to be a petition coming on from the state of Hawaii for a cigar tax cap. They're just like, let's quit penalizing premium tobacco and let's just put a cap on it and call it done. We're taxing tobacco. Why do we keep needing to tax and tax and tax when there's far more things in this world that needs to be solved by legislators than continuing to tax tobacco to oblivion? Okay. And finally, the FDA, okay, due to this, I like to say amazing government shutdown, but, you know, personally, I am not affected by it, so that's why I say that. I do feel for the federal employees out there that have missed 2 paychecks already, you know, yeah, I wish it wasn't that way, but, some good coming out of the shutdown, I'd have to say, is the FDA cigar lawsuit has been delayed because of the government shutdown. And good. So as long as this lawsuit is in motion, the FDA cannot enact some of the deeming regulations until this lawsuit is settled. So yay, we got a little bit more time on our hands before a judgment is met. So let's just enjoy, and I say just continue, if you can, continue stocking up on tobacco for your cellar, because I see prices coming up soon, I see regulations coming in, and I see supply being squeezed tight. So right now is a golden era for pipe tobacco. Go buy what you like and stock up on it. That's all I can say. Let me try something here. There we go. And finally, let's move on. That was just general world news on tobacco. Let's move on to the YTPC news. If y'all aren't familiar by now, YTPC stands for YouTube Pipe Community. Man, we've got just a lot going on as the rest of the world. So, if y'all follow or even heard of Country Squire Radio, they're a great podcast. They do a live show every week on YouTube. I listen to their podcast weekly. Bo, one of the presenters on Country Squire, announced that he got a job in Houston. He's leaving Jackson, Mississippi, and moving here to Texas. So, welcome, Bo. You're a little farther south than I'd like you to be from me, you know, maybe about 100 or so miles, but welcome to Texas. But he did mention he's still going to do the Country Squire Radio podcast, so, man, I was worried there for a second. They make a great duo, John David and Bo, so I really like them. I'm glad they're keeping everything the same, even though the distance has just widened. Also, Mutton Chop Piper releases a how to blend your own tobacco video. Man, it's one thing about Mutton Chop. He strives for clarity, and he strives to make sure you're learning something. And I love every one of his videos. So, if you haven't seen that video yet, you haven't subscribed to him, go hit up Mutton Chop. He's one of the biggest presenters on YouTube, on the YTPC, and that was a pretty interesting video. And I have issues myself. I've tried my hand at blending some tobaccos. I tried the 7 Seas Black and the 7 Seas Red, which was a black Cavendish and a cherry. I mixed them together because smoking them back to back was great. So I was like, let's just mix them together. So I tried, didn't quite get the result I wanted, so his video kind of gave me some pointers there, and I know he'll do it for you too. And if you haven't heard Old Soul, I'm sorry. Let me take a drink here. Old Soul, he's a YouTube presenter. He's actually changed his name a few times since I got on here. I think it was Unicorn Piper and then something else. But right now he's Old Soul. And he put out a video calling Want versus Need on pipe smoking. I thought he hit the nail on the head on a lot of points. Especially, you know, when you get in, going all in, and then finding what you like and then sticking to it. That is exactly what I'm feeling right now. At first, you know, I was buying anything and everything, jumping in headstrong, doing it. I finally calmed down. I found the tobacco blends I like. I found the pipes I like to smoke. And I'm kind of focusing on that way now, just to kind of keep my enjoyment up and save some money. He even mentioned he went from about owning 60 pipes now down to 20, because he realized he wasn't touching a lot of those a lot, and he's like, you know, what's the point? So I kind of feel him, hit the nail on the head. You know, have what you want to use and go from there, because I'm a firm believer that pipes are meant to smoke. I don't think I'll ever own a pipe just to put it on a shelf and look at it. If I own a pipe, I'm going to smoke it. I do have some, like my Peterson 2018 Christmas edition pipe that I just got for Christmas that I save for special occasions. But, sorry, but you can bet I still smoke it. Okay, and I think that's it for some of the bigger updates on YTPC. Yeah, just search around. I mean, there is always something going on. There's always, I think there's probably 5 raffles and giveaways every week from somebody. The YTPC is just a great, huge community. It's all about giving. So, yeah. I just picked some of the ones I thought that were kind of more prevalent, that, you know, touched home a little bit more. But there is so much going on out there. That didn't even scratch the surface of what's going on. And finally, current deals. This is a section I like to have, just where it's based off the current deals going on from around the various online shops. This week is pretty light, to be quite honest. There's not too much going on from a lot of places. One thing of note that I was particularly excited for, smokingpipes.com, Galwith and Haggard, Bob's Chocolate Flake is now back in stock. Galwith and Haggard and Sam Galwith, both of those tobacco manufacturers, if you noticed, their stuff is always out of stock. So the fact that something's back in stock is a sign that you probably just need to go and buy it. So right now, Galwith and Haggard, Bob's Chocolate Flake is back in stock. So if you kind of like the arrows, kind of like the chocolate, hit that up. Now I tried the Sam Galwith Chocolate Flake, not this one, but a different one, and it tasted nothing like chocolate. So I was kind of disappointed in that one, but have not tried Bob's Chocolate Flake, so I'm going to try it here soon. Next one, Pipes and Cigars. The OHM brand tobacco is now $2 off a pound. So, if you like to buy in bulk, and this is honestly one of the brands, OHM, that I really haven't heard of before. And so, if you're looking to try some new stuff, and you like to buy in bulk, this is a great time to do that. Now, to try something different and buy it as cheap as you can. And then also, Pipes and Cigars, they did one of those, oh, we found a hidden stash in the factory thing. I see that a lot now, so I don't know if that's just a sales gimmick or they actually did. But they said they found boxes of the Captain Black pouches, the entire series. And so the Captain Black sampler pouches are now back in stock and on sale. So go check them out. I think Captain Black is one of the best aromatic OTCs out there, over-the-counters tobacco out there. You can find them at almost any drugstore, any tobacconist shop, or any just, I call them smoke shops. It's the one, you know, just mainly cater to cigarettes and stuff. You can even find Captain Black there. So one of the bigger names. And again, that's all the deals I could find that were of note right now. And of course, if y'all know of any others that y'all think are pretty awesome that, you know, and I didn't mention them, put them in the comments below. You know, let's help each other out as much as we can. And if the deal is still going on by next Sunday, hey, I'll happily throw it in the next episode and make sure people see it. This doesn't want to stay lit. So YTPC shoutouts. So this one, Over a Pipe, that's the name of his channel. This dude is good. I really enjoy all of his shows. He's got a good charismatic, camera friendly, you know, personality. He uses a dry erase board on a lot of his stuff, and I don't know why he doesn't have more views and subscribers than what he has now. So if y'all haven't subscribed to Over a Pipe, go check him out. He's a pretty cool dude. And next is Old Soul. I mentioned him above with that video. He's a cool guy. He's from Canada. He puts out more shows that are makes you think, kind of thought provoking. He shares his thoughts on things over a pipe, and you know, also puts out some great how-to videos. So he's another one I like to watch quite a bit. And the next one is Codger Piper. You might see him on YouTube just because he puts out those the good videos, but also he I don't know what they're even called, the thumbnails for the videos. He makes sure there's those cool old filtered kind of pictures, and his videos, even when I'm scrolling through my YouTube feed, his pop out at me. So Codger Piper, you can try him out. And then always, if you need to hear some good news about tobacco or whatever, hit up Padre Piper. He's one of the larger YTPCers out there as well. He's very active in the community, and man, he always does. I like his readings. He does, again, specials on certain flavors, like he's done the 5 best cherry blends, things of that nature. And he's a cool guy to follow on Twitter and Instagram as well. So check out Padre Piper. And now I've got, and now last but not least is the Q&A. I asked you guys to throw me out some questions, and I'll get them answered for you. And I got 3 of them here right now. And if you have a question for me about anything whatsoever, pipes, tobacco, news, world happenings, whatever, just shoot me the question and I'll add it to the next show. You know, I just love helping out and answering for the community. So question 1, favorite pipe maker, and that would be Savinelli. Not just because it's my favorite, one of my favorite pipes. It's the fact that, oh, excuse me one second. It's the fact that out of all the other brands I have, the Savinelli is just, it's just made to smoke well. I don't have issues with this. Like, I'll show you right here. Even with my Peterson sometimes. This is another great smoker, my Peterson Fishtail. Sometimes this sucker gets clogged. Sometimes the smoke, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I have issues with this pipe, and you know, I clean it regularly. But this Savinelli, I've never had a weird smoke or hang-ups or anything. This just smokes perfectly every time. Hence why Savinelli is my favorite maker. And that goes the same with the Rossi as well. Rossi is what I would consider the budget brand of Savinelli. This is also made by Savinelli. This pipe also has given me no issues whatsoever. So, yep, that's why I think they're the best. And favorite tobacco, that would be I mean, I took a lot of thought because I've smoked a lot of tobacco, and there's not many I don't like. But I'd have to say my absolute favorite right now at this moment in time is Colt Blood Red Moon. I think the flavor, the tin note, the room note are all fairly equal, which give it a leg up above others. Because if you want cherry, you get cherry in nearly every aspect of smoking a pipe with that blend. So that's just why I consider it my favorite. And favorite type of book to read. That would be kind of like zombie apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic world kind of thing, where you see people survive in kind of like a wasteland, you know, no government environment where people are just kind of like holding on for dear life kind of thing. I really like those types of books, and also movies. World War Z was one of my favorites. So movies and books too. World War Z, the book and the movie, not at all the same, but the book is also up there in one of my favorites as well. Also, I Am Legend, and many others like Slow Burn. That's another great series. And that is it for the day, and right at a little over 30 minutes here, but I want to thank you guys for hanging with me for the second episode of the Sunday Show. And just if you have any comments, critiques, whatever for me, shoot me a message, leave a comment below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Anyways, this is Catholic Pipe Setter saying God bless and pleasant smokes.